You see, there's this thing right there. It looks like a giant. It's on the horizon. That ain't no reflection, dude. So, see, you're looking at this right here. So like I said, there's something on the horizons. Even all my other videos are proved it. But look, I want to show you something. I'll show you how big this thing is. You could just tell there's something right there on the horizon. That ain't no reflection, bro. You can tell the lines from the sun, and then you can tell that's an object. And you got these objects up here too. Out there. Look at that. So there's something on the horizon. Look, you can tell the streaks of the sun, but then you got that big thing right there. That's something. See, it doesn't, that right there, this doesn't look like streaks of reflection from the sun. This is something else. This is a body, looks like a giant. This right here looks like a giant. It goes like that, and he has a, you know what I mean? It has the body, it has the figure of us. Arms, the torso, you know what I mean? This doesn't look like none of this stuff from the sun, what we call the sun, you know. This right here is a reflection of something. Look at it. Look how it comes out like that. That looks like a reflection. This looks like a reflection, but this doesn't. So alright guys, man, that's, you know, I don't, it's really hard to, you know, get more detail on it, but when it starts to look real shitty, the picture. So look at it. That's solid, bro. This looks like that's a reflection. That's not. These are all the same patterns I've been showing everyone that on other planets. Look at it on my videos of Pluto right there. All these right here, that too. All this is solid. There ain't no clouds or nothing like that, dude. Look, you see the same patterns that Mars, Pluto, the moon has. Look right there too. All this. And look how thin this damn thing is. Watch. Looks like metal plates or something. Looks so smooth. You see? There are the clouds right there. I'm gonna show you real quick. You see? You see how that looks so smooth? This too. Like clouds are not even supposed to like look like that. Look how thin that shit is, bro. But look, all those patterns are the same patterns I showed you in my reel. You know, and over here too, you know, if this is right here, look, this is from space, right? Looking down on Earth, and I was showing you that there's like some kind of giant on the horizon, Earth, dude. And it looks like that because of my technique, guys. But you know, I'm looking in, and you see those black, you see something black on top of the clouds, man. There's not supposed to be this black shit right here. Look, this pile of black stuff, and that's them. You know. The only way you can see them if you use my technique. That's why the clouds are pink. But when the sun hits the clouds, right, it shows it's bright. It's real bright. It's like a reflection. You can't see those damn things. But when you use my technique, it brings them out because they're black, dude. How can that be on top of the clouds in that color, dude? Everything's supposed to be white. There's not supposed to be any different color on that altitude. Everything's the same color because it's the clouds. The ground's not up there, dude. Look, you see? Look at that. It's a whole pocket of them. The same patterns that I showed you on the ISS live feed and the International Space Station and here on Earth, what you're seeing, and Mars, Pluto, and the Moon. See, that's a giant right there, dude. That ain't no reflection of nothing. That's a reflection right there. But this right here on the left, that's a body, dude, of something. Some kind of creature, monster, dude. Now you look under here, you can see those black things right there in the same patterns. You see? Right there. And right there, all right there. And you see them right here on the left. And then you got them over here. You got them right there as well. You see, that's black and that's white, dude. There's no way, bro. There's no way. This shit's hollow. This whole fucking place is hollow. This whole place looks like that. We're somewhere in the mix of all that. Look at it. Mars has the same patterns, dude. I'll show you right now. Look, this is from the ISS live feed. Look at those patterns right there. This is looking down on Earth. Okay? That right there is this right here. Huh. Is that right there. See those patterns? Is that on top? And then over here, this one's from fucking Pluto. And look, the same patterns right there. Look how hollow it is. You see that? And you look at my reels, I haven't made a video of these. But look at that right there. Look at that right there. Right? And look at that right there. It's the same shit. Right there. Right there. With this one. The same similarity, same patterns, same structures. Look at that. Look how hollow that looks. Alright. And look at this right here. Alright. So the right screen and then this one. Look at that right there. And then that. The same thing, dude. See, you see more detail from that angle, from that distance. Clouds are white, right? So what the hell is that? Why is that black? You know? And you got them over here. It's like if they're taking shelter under all this, you know what I mean? Under all those white stuff. I don't believe that's clouds, bro. That's something else. Under all that shelter, and they're taking shelter under all that. And you got them over here. A pocket farm right there. But, you know, and you got that, look, but you can just tell there's something massive on the horizon, dude. There are the clouds right there. I'm gonna show you real quick. You know. You see? You see how that looks so smooth? So right there, what you're staring at, the clouds look so smooth, so thin. Like it was like a little thin plate hanging, bro. You know what I mean? There's no way, dude. No way, no way, no way, no way, no way. It doesn't look real. There's two. Like, you know. But what you're saying is the same patterns that I see in other planets. And there's no way each planet is the same because every planet is different. Mars is different. There's no water, there's no atmosphere. So how can every planet have the same similarities and same geographic type of land, you know? There's no way, dude. Because the whole place that we call the universe is the same thing, dude. There's damn things are pretty much the building blocks of everything that we know of this universe and planets. We've been lied to and we've been misled to, man. Look at that. Look at those angles. Look at those angles on that, bro. Right here. Look how smooth those angles are right here. I want you to stare at this right here. Okay? I'm gonna zoom out. Even this too. Look how it curves downwards. Look how smooth those things are. There's nothing that could create that, bro. That high. Those ain't clouds, man. Do you see? When I zoom out, you see how smooth those curves are? Look like puzzles, kind of. Look at that. And you can see them over here. There, you know, you can see them in there. You see that? Alright, guys, that's it.